Hello luxury watch lovers! In this channel I cover the background, fundamental design features, and things to consider before buying your watch. If you have a luxury watch that you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments below. In this video, I'm going to cover the top 10 most expensive watches in the world. Luxury watches are among the most desirable and admired items of technology. Prices can climb into the millions when the best in workmanship, history, and design are combined. We have put together a collection of world record-breaking watches, ranging from a $55 million colorful diamond wristwatch to a 17th century timepiece made for the French Queen Marie Antoinette. Keep watching to have a closer look at the top 10 most expensive watches ever made and the reasons behind their high costs. Let's dive in, beginning with number 10. Starting our list off at number 10, Hublot Big Bang at $5 million. Hublot has to have produced one of the most expensive watches in history out of all the haute horlogerie manufacturers in the world. Beyoncé duly slapped down the required $5 million Hublot after a few months after it was initially displayed, and rapper Jay-Z was the fortunate recipient. With no less than 1,282 diamonds, it must have proven irresistible. It took 14 months to make and was a huge hit when Hublot initially introduced it. The mainstream media ate it up and gave it rave reviews. This Big Bang with big diamonds has stones weighing up to 3 carats, as well as a rose-cut diamond on the crown. This watch is powered by the in-house HUB1100 self-winding mechanical movement, which has a power reserve of 42 hours. With 1,282 diamonds in total, including more than 100 carats of Breguet diamonds, it's an exceptional item. The 44mm diameter case is made of 18-karat gold and studded with 302 Breguet diamonds, totaling 27 carats. The interior is crystal sapphire, while the exterior has an anti-reflective coating with a metallized Hublot logo. The $5 million Hublot Big Bang is still the most costly timepiece produced by Hublot in collaboration with Atelier Bunter in Geneva. Moving along to number 9, Vacheron Constantin 57260 at $8 million. The reference 57260, named after its 57 complications and Vacheron Constantin's 260th anniversary, was commissioned by an unnamed collector in the Americas. He challenged the Atelier Cabonotier's branch of Vacheron Constantin to design the most intricate timepiece in history, complete with a Hebraic perpetual calendar and an innovative split-seconds chronograph to time multiple events at once. Such high-tech advancements have never been incorporated into a watch before. The Vacheron Constantin 57260, which measures nearly 2 inches in diameter and has an 18-karat white gold case that weighs about 2 pounds, has surpassed the previous record-breaking high compilation watches with an astounding 57 complexities to become the most complicated watch in the world. Inside the gleaming hull are almost 2,800 tiny mechanical components that make up the all-new movement, which took nearly 2 of the 8 years to complete and weighs 43 grams less than a kilogram. Surprisingly, for a watch with around 3,000 components, this one has a 60-hour power reserve. The 57260, which Forbes estimated to be worth $8 million, features 31 hands, 2,826 pieces, some unique and never-seen complexities, and a variety of calendars. Hopping across to number 8, Patek Philippe, reference 1518 at $11.1 million. The 18-karat gold Patek Philippe watch was once owned by King Farouk, Egypt's and Sudan's penultimate king. The 1518 is the first perpetual calendar chronograph wristwatch produced in series by any watchmaker. This perpetual calendar chronograph was first presented in 1941 at the Swiss Watch Fair Basel as a show of strength from the Swiss company during a particularly turbulent period in Europe. Few watchmakers have been able to successfully combine a perpetual calendar and a chronograph, and no other company has had the same level of success selling them as Patek. 1518 is historically significant since it set the template for all perpetual calendar chronographs produced by Patek Philippe from then on. In 1950, the 1518 was followed by reference 2499. Following this came the 3970, 5970, and the current 5270. But the 1518 continues to be the leading name in Patek's lineup of perpetual calendars. A stainless steel reference 1518 was sold at Philippe's auction in Geneva in November 2016 for $11.1 million. The compact 35mm case, slender bezel, and square push buttons may appear little today, but in the 1940s this was a very masculine size. The watch has a very legible layout, with day and month apertures at 12 o'clock, 2 subsidiary displays for the 30-minute counter at 3 o'clock, and running seconds at 9. An oversized moon phase indicator with the date indication stands at 6 o'clock, and the dial's outside edge features a raised tachymeter scale. The watch is powered by the manual winding caliber 13130Q, which is based on a Valjoux caliber 13Q. It boasts a 42-hour power reserve, a 30mm broad movement that beats at 2.5 Hz, and a column wheel chronograph. It's worth noting that the watch is signed Patek Philippe & Co., which the company later shortened to Patek Philippe after World War II. Climbing the price ladder at number 7, Paul Newman's Rolex Daytona at $17.8 million. Paul Newman was once the most bankable movie star in the world, and his 1968 Rolex Daytona sold for $15.5 million at Philippe's auction house in New York, making him the undisputed king of the watch business. The watch was sold to a telephone bidder after 12 minutes of bidding, breaking the previous record for the highest amount ever paid for a timepiece at an auction. The Rolex Daytona has an unusual exotic dial style and was dubbed the Paul Newman in the 1980s since he was frequently seen wearing it. The watch itself is the epitome of simple, elegant design. The cream-colored face is adorned with 3 black dials, all of which are enclosed in a stainless steel rim that has a tachymeter on its bezel. A closer look reveals the word Daytona written in red letters. The iconic Rolex crown is evidently perched at the top of the face. The timepiece has a white dial, 3 black subdials, a red outside track, and Woodward's engraving on the back that reads, "Drive carefully, me." Almost at the halfway point is number 6, Jacob & Co. Billionaire watch at $18 million. The Jacob & Co. Billionaire watch was created in 2015 by inventor Jacob Arabo in partnership with Italian Flavio Briatore's Billionaire fashion line. The Jacob & Co. Billionaire seems more like a crown than a watch, but one that you wear on your wrist rather than on your head. It might not be considered pretty or even stylish by everyone, but it sends the right message and is probably not the most comfortable thing to wear. While it is difficult to determine the watch size because the case blends smoothly with the band, the Jacob & Co. Billionaire watch measures 47.5 millimeters wide and 58 millimeters tall, according to the brand. The 18-karat white gold case is somewhere beneath the diamonds, and the bracelet gracefully slopes down from the case rather than dropping down immediately in a way that might make it fit better. The stones are flawlessly clear and have wonderful colors, and the quality is outstanding. The Billionaire watch doesn't have a blinding display of sparkles because baguette-cut diamonds don't refract light like brilliant cut ones do. Instead, the diamond size and shape allow you to fully appreciate each one's beauty. The caliber JCA M09 manually wound, tourbillon-based and skeletonized mechanical movement inside the Jacob & Co. Billionaire is exclusive to Jacob & Co. The movement runs at 3 Hz and features a 72-hour power reserve. There are blue steel hands and hour markers on the dial, which are perhaps the smallest diamonds on the entire timepiece. The movement's architecture is highly appealing and fits nicely with the Jacob & Co. Billionaire's overall design. Reaching the halfway mark at number 5. Patek Philippe Supercomplication at $24 million. The pocket watch is accurately called the Supercomplication because at the time of its creation, it was the world's most complicated watch, with a total of 24 complications or functions. The watch was made by Patek Philippe under the direction of American businessman Henry Graves Jr. He demanded the world's most intricate clock, and he was willing to pay any price. In 1925, Patek Philippe started producing the timepiece, and the watch was completed in 1932 with assistance from numerous Swiss horological workshops. Graves spent $15,000 in 1933 to purchase the Patek Philippe Supercomplication. From $15,000 in 1933 to $24 million in 2014, Patek Philippe proves a luxury timepiece can be a great investment. For decades, the Henry Graves Patek Philippe Supercomplication was the most complicated mechanical watch ever made, with 24 complications, 8 years of handwork, more than 500 grams, and a 74mm diameter. A variety of materials were used, including gold, pearls, and ebony. With a total of 24 unique functions, the Supercomplication held the record for the most complex mechanical watch in the world for more than 50 years. Westminster chimes, a perpetual calendar, sunrise and sunset times, and a cosmic chart of New York as viewed from the Graves Fifth Avenue residence were among the functions on display. The Patek Philippe Caliber 89 broke the previous record in 1989, yet the Supercomplication is still the most intricate mechanical watch ever created without the assistance of computers. Diamonds are everyone's best friend at number 4. Chopard 201 carat watch at $25 million. The Chopard 201 is one of the most expensive watches ever created. It displays a wide range of colorful diamonds. The only thing that sets this watch apart are these diamonds. This watch's band is constructed of platinum and has countless diamonds on it. The 110 carats of colorful diamonds on this watch are what make it so expensive. John Graff, along with gemologists and craftspeople, worked thousands of hours on this masterpiece. This Chopard watch is made up of 15 carats of pink diamonds, 12 carats of blue diamonds, 11 carats of white diamonds, and 163 additional yellow and white diamonds, making this watch super luxury. And making our top 3, Breguet No. 160 at $30 million. Breguet began making significant watches in 1775, and not long after the watchmaker launched for business, he received an extraordinary order for one watch. According to Breguet, the order came in 1783 from a fan of Marie Antoinette, who wished to present the Queen with a one-of-a-kind Breguet timepiece. The specifications for the watch were extensive. It had to be the best product the company had ever produced. The admirer wanted everything about the watch to be made of gold, including the mechanisms. There were no financial restrictions, and the Queen's watch had to be as stunning as possible. As a result, a pocket watch known as Marie Antoinette No. 160, or the Queen, was created. Breguet made the decision to cover the case with a clear crystal lens so that the intricate and handcrafted gears that make this pocket watch tick can be clearly seen. It's a fascinating sight, especially considering that the vast majority of the gears were constructed from 24-karat yellow gold. The casing was similarly made of yellow gold and grew more alluring and mysterious with age. The Queen also had a metal thermometer, a perpetual calendar, and even an elegant mechanism that chimes the hour. The pocket watch was a unique historical piece that was lost in 1983, and after being recovered in 2007, the Breguet Grand Complication Marie Antoinette was returned to the LA Mayer Institute for Islamic Art. The watch is now worth $30 million, which is an incredible price for a magnificent piece of work. Almost at the top is number 2. Graff Diamonds The Fascination at $40 million. Valued at a staggering $40 million, this is the second most expensive watch in the world right now. The Fascination, as the name suggests, was created to serve as a watch or a gorgeous bracelet with a flawless diamond at its heart that can be worn on a ring. Graff's finest white diamonds totaling 152.96 carats are set in the Fascination, which also has a unique fancy-cut 38.13 carat pear-shaped diamond in the middle. This diamond can be swapped out with a diamond watch face, which can then be inserted into the bracelet to create a magnificent glittering timepiece. This pear-shaped diamond can then be set in a custom shank and worn as a ring. The Fascination, which is easily convertible and pleasant to wear, is a spectacular example of Graff's artistry, bringing out the best from the brand's London-based jewelers and Swiss watchmakers. And the moment our wallets have all been waiting for, making the top of the list at number 1, Graff Diamonds Hallucination at $55 million. The Graff Diamonds Hallucination, with a price tag of $55 million, is unquestionably the most expensive timepiece ever made. The 110 carats of extremely rare and large colored diamonds set onto a platinum bracelet give it its tremendous value. The entire watch is covered in colorful diamonds, including pink, violet, yellow, blue, and green stones in a variety of shades and brightness. These cuts come in a wide variety of shapes, from heart-shaped to pear-shaped, emerald and marquise, as well as round, which really highlighted the brand's expertise in diamond cutting and gem setting. A little, delicate dial composed of white and pink diamonds can be seen in the center. The dial kind of just blends in with the rest of the stones because it is surrounded with pink diamond studs as well. The only indication that it is a watch dial and can tell the time are the 2 blue hands. It is run by a quartz movement which provides precise timekeeping. You may actually find yourself getting lost in the watch's sheer magnificence because it is such a masterpiece. The watch's nickname, Hallucination, makes it apparent that it is not for the faint of heart. Lawrence Graff, the chairman of Graff Diamonds, came up with the idea for this costly piece of horologie. Graff introduced the Hallucination to highlight the company's authority, skill, innovation, and perfection in the diamond industry, from manufacturing to retail. And this wraps up my review of the top 10 most expensive watches in the world. Thank you for watching this video. Nothing helps my channel more than you watching until the very end. These videos do take a long time to make, but are a labor of love. If you enjoyed this type of content, let me know in the comments below. And remember, time is your greatest asset.